There we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to 7-Star Report with your boy Greg the Waves.
Right here, you got Murph Dog.
There you go. Welcome. This is episode 1 of the podcast. This is the 7-Star Report Wrestling Podcast. Yes, I am reading it off of the script. I'm sorry, it's the first time. This is 7-Star Report, your front row seat to the headlines, the hidden angles, and the conversations everyone will be talking about tomorrow. 7-Star Report. Zero filter. This is our personal opinions. None of this is biased, but some of it will be biased in the future, so please understand that. Personally, this was made from my point of view. I was let Murphy speak after. I was just hating on the online community. Honestly, it was getting me tight. I read it every day. Dave Meltzer and his 7-star matches. You know, some of it is good, some of it's not. So I just needed something to be done, personally.
For me and Greg, we knew each other for years, so we were always talking to party about wrestling, and we will always get cut off. So it was like, this is definitely a platform for us to actually speak with no interruptions, allow us to have a voice and an opinion, and, you know, have our own star rating other than Dave Meltzer's.
Facts. Hopefully some people listening to the way we praise Dave Meltzer's ratings, hopefully one day, hopefully our ratings get praises. But yeah, well, I'm going to let Murphy kick it off with what he already told you why he started it, so.
I guess we go into what type of wrestling fan are we?
Yeah, just who made you fall in love with the sport of professional wrestling?
So, I think the number one guy would definitely have to be Edge. I was probably, if my mom was in the room, she would definitely explain it better than me, but I was probably like 5 or 6.
Wait, pause right there. For those of you who do not know, that is also Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland, yes.
Just saying.
The rated R superstar.
There's going to be some people who be like, Edge? Who? He's not on TV. Adam Copeland on AEW. Just saying.
But Edge and Christian, well, mostly Edge was definitely my guy growing up. I really don't have a specific memory. I do remember after he came back from his neck injury back in 2004, and when he speared Eric Bischoff, that's like my early memory of Edge. I had like an Edge poster on my wall way before that, and I was like, yo, this is my guy. But definitely my earliest memory of wrestling is when Kane dominated, I believe was the 2001 Royal Rumble match, and I was scared out of my mind because of the mask.
Bro, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you talking about. Crazily. I ain't gonna lie about Kane's theme song back in the day was crazy. Especially with the mask. Like I was watching somebody on TikTok the other day, they was like, when he took off his mask, all his aura left. You must not understand. For like first month of that maskless Kane was on Tommy with the little black face paint on the thing, like the rust. Nah, he was on the highs. RVD got put through the mat.
And he almost killed Shane McMahon and
bro, Shane almost died. Matt Hardy almost died.
I think Jerry, the King or
Lawler almost got it. Lita almost got it.
Yeah, everybody on site, especially May 19th, Kane also.
Nah, yeah, bro, I was just watching that. I forgot that was the thing. That was like, what's today's date? May 19th. Nah, a bunch of fire. But all right, the person that got me in the wrestling, that's a difficult question. I was thinking about that last night. It's difficult because obviously. Well, not obviously, but I'm a 99 baby, so obviously the first person I watched wasn't my childhood hero, John Cena, even though that is the person that made me fall in love with the sport of professional wrestling. The first person, honestly, I'm trying to think. Probably, and call me crazy, I'm not going to say The Rock or Stone Cold, because obviously those are the biggest pops. I actually like a lot of the younger... the OG Chris Jericho back in WWF. After the Lionheart, came in, interrupted The Rock, and then after that, we was off to the races. Then you got Kurt Angle, and then when time eventually came, John Cena was the all in all for me. Still heartbroken from that retirement run, but it's okay. We're gonna talk about that.
So my question for you is what type of style of wrestling do you like? Do you like hardcore? Do you like technical, high flying? Comedy wrestling, I guess, if you could call it a thing, pretty much.
Comedy wrestling, I like that. It depends, honestly, dude, because it kind of depends, because all of my favorite matches are sort of different. Like, what I like personally, there's certain matches where, like the AJ and John match where they stood in the ring their first time, they didn't go out. Like, when it first happened, I didn't get how big that was. But now, like looking at it, watching professional wrestling for like years, about to be 2 decades, it's like you start to when you watch so many matches, so many different personalities, so many different characters, and like in ring talents, you start to realize like everyone can't be everything.
Right.
Like, and I'm not trying to throw him under the bus. Will Ospreay is one of the greatest people in the world. I think he's fantastic. He doesn't have the strength of like a Roman Reigns or like a John Cena to lift like a Bronson Reed, but athletically, the man is talented, gifted. So like it's really difficult. That and then it kind of depends on who you like to watch, because certain people can't do everything. Honestly, like there is the Kurt Angles that can do submissions, agile, fantastic strength,
And he blended a little bit of comedy in it too.
and Kurt is the fact that I miss Kurt. But I mean, it really just depends. Like right now, I'm a huge fan of Gunther, even though they push him to the moon. It's very annoying. I think he has some fantastic matches, but then I also love to watch the Javon Evans of the world. You know, the agile, something you don't see every day. And even if you do see it every day, you don't see it to the style
level
that he
he's
does
doing
it.
it.
Bro, the way he jumps, that RKO last week, I know it's not called RKO, but that cutter,
Did you see the height that he went on for that Samoan drop at the Royal Rumble?
bro, that was crazy. You know what's crazy? He's getting pushed. I really, you know what? People are mad he ain't win NXT title, and I'm a little bit upset. I pray to God he becomes the youngest United States Intercontinental Champion. I don't see no other way.
Who holds that title right now? I think Austin Theory holds that title for the U.S. If I'm not mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken, that's
24.
Theory.
And
IC,
I think it might be Randy from his Evolution days, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be. I'm not entirely too sure. We could go back and check that.
I know it's not. Let's see. It's not Jericho.
No,
It's not Hardy.
we could go back to that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think it would be Javon.
So Javon Evans is 21. Do you think, because Randy Orton holds that title for the youngest world champion, do you think Javon Evans have what it takes in the next 3 years, I believe, 2 or 3 years, to become the next youngest world heavyweight champion in the WWE?
That's a very thought out question. I like that actually. Give me something.
Because you see last night, he just won the Elimination Chamber qualifying match.
You thought he was gonna win that?
I personally thought Gunther was going to win. The way how they pushing Gunther, I thought Gunther was going to win.
Yo, I was when that match first because I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like I heard he had a match. I honestly thought he was gonna fight the second of Grande Americano. I thought that was gonna be the match Javon was gonna be part of. Then I seen Penta come out. I'm like, okay. So Javon and then Javon, Dominic and Javon, I think that would be close to like a all-time classic.
By the way, do you know Javon Evans is younger than the Elimination Chamber itself?
Elimination Chamber was what, 2002?
2002 or 2001. And Javon Evans was born in 2004.
You know what, though?
Crazy.
So
Just a little stat out there.
He is crazy. He is. You know what? He's a star. Do I think, honestly, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, I would have said no. Now, because one, Raw and SmackDown is, especially Raw with Netflix and SmackDown also with USA now, is doing so fantastic. Especially because, well, you're asking for World Champions specifically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do see in the next 3 years. Only because I do see us pushing out the I've seen the stat where it's like WWE hasn't had a champion under 40 in about 5 to 10 years.
Under 40?
Under 40, because Cody to the Drews to the Romans to the Priest.
You mean under 30?
No. How? Isn't Roman 40? Roman's 40?
Roman's like 38, 39.
You sure?
Yeah, Seth is also...
well, okay. So I haven't seen one.
These guys, Drew and all of them are under 40. So you might be thinking about
probably
under 30.
But there hasn't been like a young champion, which I thought was...
Because you're talking about... I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen... We haven't had a world champion in the main roster born in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I saw that.
About that. Yeah. So as far as in that, especially with the way they pushing the Obas, the Treks, the Javons, the Carmelos, the Brawns, I do see it, especially with someone like Javon. I see him sneaking it in, happening to be with the Money in the Bank. I see Javon in the next 2 years winning a Money in the Bank, and then I see him taking it. But it also depends on who's champion at the time. Because I hate for him to, and there's no disrespect when I say this, I hate for him to do an Austin Theory and to cash that in on the mid-card title. Only because, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like because of how we grew up and watching like an Edge or a CM Punk or a Dolph or anyone specifically, always waiting for like the most strategic point to cashing in on the world champion, I think cashing in on the mid-card title was just not, you know?
And I think for that, I also said that was the most stupidest. I think everyone could agree that was like the most stupidest cash in because not only he cashed in on the mid-card title, but he cashed it in on an open challenge match also for the United States champion. On a weekend Seth Rollins.
You know, that's...
So I think that was bad booking.
Oh, no, it's unfortunately we've had some...
Because he could have just accepted the open challenge without cashing the Money in the Bank.
He could have. But you know what? At the time... You gotta remember, at the time, what we had, did we have 2 championships at the time?
At that time, I believe it was Roman that was champ, and was Brock the champion at that time also? That was 2000.
Was this early 2020?
This was 2022.
2022?
Yes, because I was actually, no.
You sure? Because isn't that when Cody came back? Cody came back in 2022, did he not? Cody came back.
This was 2022, yes.
Cody came back the same
Cody
Mania
was
where Roman won both belts.
Both belts, and Cody was hurt.
Yeah, all right.
Cody was hurt that time, and I was actually there for that Monday Night Raw when Seth won United States champion.
Fire.
My goal, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. That was a definitely dumb cash in on who was in charge. That was Triple H in charge at that during that time?
No. In 2022, if I'm not mistaken, Vince had control up until, only because I rewatched the interview, Vince had control up until when CM Punk returned, and then like I think 2 weeks.
No, he was. I thought he was.
Vince had a little bit play. Vince talked to Punk right when he got back.
Really?
And then I think that week, he said all the allegations came out, and then Vince had to go.
Wow.
So I know Vince specifically went to Atlanta to sign Cody.
I definitely
that time,
yeah.
He was still in charge.
Because Punk came back in 23, so okay.
So I mean, unfortunately, Vince hasn't done everything right. But you know what? No one in wrestling is the perfect booker.
Nobody's perfect.
There is a problem with every single person, from the Bischoffs to the Dixie Carters to the Tony Khans to the Triple H's to the Shawn Michaels. There is something bad with everybody.
All right, so I guess I could talk about what type of wrestling fan I am also, since you went over yours.
Yeah. Speak to us. Let us know who helped you fall in love with the professional wrestling.
So Edge was definitely the key factor. As I got older, I started to appreciate more of the technical style of wrestling. So the Kurt Angles, the Jerichos. I know a lot of people don't talk about them, but the Benoits, Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan's, those guys. And I don't know, their style of wrestling is just perfect. The submissions and just ground and pound or a little bit, they were pretty good. I like a little bit of comedy. Like, I could take a little bit of R-Truth. Not too much. Like, the Santino Marvellas, I can't do.
Not a Santino straight like that. That's crazy.
Not the cringing, suffering succotash lines or the 2010s John Cena cringing lines. I can't do those type of comedy stuff or whatever. But yeah, just a little bit. R-Truth is one of the greatest comedy I could accept. And then I guess it would be Seth, man. Seth is like an all-around athlete for me. So he has the technical. He has a little bit of high fly. I mean, his body's been worn down a little bit, but he still have that little element of the high flying. He could be a brawler if he wanted to. He got a little strength off the powerhouse. He's not like a Roman or anybody, but he could powerbomb Bronson Reed into the buckle or whatever. But yeah, that would be for me.
All right, that's not bad. One, when you mentioned Santino, I was trying to think of, is there a female similar to Santino in his category of comedy, and I couldn't think of. Like, I thought of like Maria. Remember the redheaded shorty?
Yeah.
But like, she wasn't like a...
She wasn't comedy.
She wasn't like a superstar, was she? She was more like a side character, sort of like...
She was just playing like the dumb role.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't
And
know.
so,
Is there a woman that's like specifically that hilarious? And again, not saying that there's not hilarious women in professional wrestling, not just WWE. We mentioned AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, House of Glory, anybody that we mentioned at the time. But I'm trying to think of, is there like,
I think the only one that maybe could come close is maybe Emma when she was with Santino. Maybe.
or maybe Chelsea? I like Chelsea.
I like Chelsea. I like Chelsea. I do like
Shout out
Chelsea.
to Matt Cardona too. Welcome home.
I like Chelsea.
Welcome home, Cat.
How did you feel about the Unreal where they talked about like Chelsea is like they
Let's
have
talk about that. I'm glad you mentioned Unreal because Unreal is annoying. Well, one with Chelsea first. I think she's criminally underrated. All right, but and again, like she may not be the most appealing as far as in ring wise, maybe whatever wise, but as far as entertainment wise, I don't see too many wrestlers, men or female, more entertaining
than Chelsea Green
on my television week by week. Like, yeah, sure, if I see you once a month, of course it's like it's like having your favorite candy after a while. It's like, yeah. But I think Chelsea specifically has substance every week. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's out the park every week. But she could hit a single, a double, a triple. You feel me? I've seen her put on great matches. I think she 100% deserves to be the first United States Women's Champion. And the fact that she had to fight for that was a little bit wild. But Unreal itself, I was not a fan of. I'm not going to lie. Especially next season.
Are you talking about Unreal like in general or just that specific episode where, who was it, Michael Hayes talked about, oh, Chelsea Green, you cannot be a Charlotte Flair or you can't
you know what? And that's, it's crazy because people, and it's funny that you mentioned her name specifically because when Charlotte first came in, they was dogging her. She couldn't use her last name. I don't think it's fair to tell someone you can't be. That's like if we try to be wrestlers today and someone was like, you can't be a Roman. Like, whoa. Right. It ain't like Roman walked in and automatically made everything. Like, no.
Everything was handed to him.
Yeah. I wouldn't say not everything is handy because he did earn some stuff. But like
what
somebody.
What do you mean he earned it?
I mean, he did go through a time period where he was getting booed massively.
I mean, because
some of his fights at Mania were really good, but unfortunately, because he was getting overpushed.
I think people, and that's why I feel like everything was handed to him because Vince was. If you're not a Samoan, you're lost in the E. Honestly, let's think about it.
I would say
if you're not related to The Rock or that family tree, you are lost.
That's not true. Well, in what era? You can't say all the time because there's the Cenas, the Randys, the Batistas.
I think after that. So I guess you could call it the reality era.
The PG to reality, the Shield to
the reality era. If you're not,
let's see.
Because Roman was
the guy. 100%.
Roman was that guy they were only solely focusing on. But and then you had the Dean Ambroses, but he couldn't like break that ceiling.
I love Dean. I do hope one day he comes back because I do want to see the Shield main event of WrestleMania and Triple Threat like I feel like they should have.
I don't think it's Dean. Is the way how Roman schedule is in his contract. So that's a key factor.
I'm saying Dean only because he signed, or John Moxley, because let me not be rude, disrespectful in case one day you do happen to listen. John, like, he's doing great over there. Obviously, he's their Roman Reigns for AEW. Okay. But the simple fact of, I see what you saying with the Samoan Dynasty, and it's hard to argue it, especially after watching the Bloodline. But there's also the Seths, the Drews. I don't want to mention Cody because Cody's kind of 2020s. I wouldn't count him in the 2010s. Who else? Now that I'm thinking about it.
During that 2010s area? I mean,
yeah, like during the After Shield area, who?
I mean, you had
the main event is.
See, it's hard because I feel like the women elevated that. I mean, matter of fact, you had Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was another one that couldn't break in the main roster wise.
So we talking about who couldn't break this glass ceiling? Is that
for a main eventer?
Then it's also a hard debate because when you're in NXT, I feel like you're showcased differently. Like, of course, when the Adam Coles, the Samoa Joes, the Shinseis in NXT. And again, I'm not dissing them on the main roster, saying they're not just as talented. They might be even better. Unfortunately, when they were in the black and gold, they were showcased as the top stars. They were showcased as like a Seth and a Roman of that era, where now you put Joe on the main roster. Unfortunately, it didn't go well. Adam Cole's Didn't go well. Shinsuke, love him. He's never won a world title. Shinsuke showed up on fire. So and then Finn Balor, he's someone that you could also name because right now it looks like they're trying to restart the demon, and I love that. Unfortunately, do I think I'm not gonna say they're too late. I just think with the way professional wrestling is going right now, I don't know if the demon's gonna be champion. Only because, Finn Balor is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world today.
Mm-hmm.
Does he sell like a CM Punk? As much as I love him, he don't. Does he sell like a Roman? Unfortunately, he doesn't. Does he sell like a Cody? Fortunately, he doesn't. So sometimes in this world, it really is money. Money really does.
Money.
And the Samoans really, it's a dynasty, man. Like, look at the bloodline. Listen, I can admit it. I hate when it was going on. I wanted Roman to lose every day. Every day. I was praying for the day where I seen someone beat him cleanly. All the cousins knocked out. From the Solos to the Jimmies to the Jays to the Sammys and when he lost, it was a refresher. It was great. I didn't miss the bloodline. I didn't miss Roman. And now that he's by himself, I'm just hoping I don't want this bloodline thing. Keep the Yeet over there. Keep Solo over there. Keep Sammy over there. Just let Roman win his title. Let him lose it, and then let's go back.
So we jumped a little ahead.
We did that.
So we talked about the Chelsea Green and Unreal, right? I want to jump into what we have here, most underrated wrestlers. Be a little touch base on it a little bit. You saying Chelsea Green might be a little underrated? If correct me if I'm wrong.
1,000%. I wouldn't. A little underrated. I think she's highly underrated. But also, I mean, she's underrated. But I think for what I'm not gonna label her and say she's a mid carder because that's wild, and I do think
she's an upper mid
carder. I'm not gonna, and I don't mean it disrespectfully.
No,
like how Michael Hayes said, I don't see her as a Charlotte. Again, there's no diss to Chelsea or Charlotte. I love them both. I don't think they're on the same level, but I think Chelsea's a star in her role, as in the mid card. Like who else would have? And there's plenty of women that could have took the United States Championship and made it. But like Chelsea kept it entertaining, and she put on decent matches. So it's like how many people can do what Chelsea did in her position in that such short time. But underrated.
So matter of fact, who will be your top 5 underrated wrestlers? You want to do all time or as of right now?
I say let's do right now.
Right now. So right now, top 5.
Now we talking about just WWE. We talking about everywhere.
You could talk about you could talk about everywhere because I know you're more in tune with everything compared to me.
So then how about this? You give me your list first, and then I'm going to try to give you people that you didn't name.
All right, so off rip, I have to name... Oh, that's actually tough.
Wait, pause. Before you start, I want you to elaborate what you feel like the definition of underrated means. Because underrated, we might have different opinions, and some people may, we might say someone's underrated, they'd be like, oh, they're hurt. Just because they're not getting pushed in the light that they once was?
So underrated, I feel like my definition of underrated is they don't get talked enough a lot. They don't get a lot of opportunities. They don't get a lot of, they don't make a lot of sales. They showcase what they can do, but they're limited. And they're not really getting the credit that they deserve. That's what underrated would be for me, if that makes sense.
No, 1,000%. I think underrated is someone who... And again, it's kind of hard because we're not bookers ourselves, and of course we don't see it. But it's someone who, obviously, the crowd connects with. Someone who, when they're on the television or when they're in the ring specifically, you see how much hard work they're doing. And of course, everyone's not a superstar. I'm not saying like that. Everyone's not a Hall of Famer. Not saying that.
Not everyone could get that number 1 spot.
Everyone can't be a box office, basically. You feel me? Everyone's not gonna get the Roman Reigns pops. Stone Cold pops, the John pops. But if you get a pop for what you give, it's just for what your substance is, there's some people who just it's hard to describe, I'm sorry. But all right, back to underrated.
So my underrated list it's hard. So I might have to say Austin Theory. He would be one of them.
Why do you feel like he's underrated? I'm not disagreeing because I do agree he's underrated, and I'm glad that he's back on television.
So Austin Theory... When he was on our main roster TV screen, at the first time, matter of fact, the second time, because the first time he was with Seth and the whole Monday Night Messiah thing, but the second time when he was pushed as Vince's next guy, he was overpushed, just like Roman. But I feel like now that he took time away from whatever injury he had last year, and now he's actually showing that he wants to be here. He wants to break that glass ceiling, but there's something missing. And for them to like portray him as like the guy that's going to take the pinfalls when the division going to lose is a little upsetting, a little bit, because he could do a lot. His moveset is good. He's trying to get a little better on the mic. I know last night they had to talk a little bit more, showcasing his more like fishy side and angry side. So that's good. He would be number one of them for me. Next, maybe Kyle O'Reilly.
That's a name I ain't hearing in a minute, but you know.
Kyle O'Reilly, he's a phenomenal in-ring wrestler. In my opinion, this is going to be a hot take, and I told you this plenty of times. But I think he's a better in-ring wrestler than Daniel Bryan. And if you go back watching the NXT days, him versus Adam Cole and his tag team matches and everything, you'll know what I'm talking about.
I have a question. And again, this time we could reach on later. You know what? I'm going to ask it now, but we're going to reach on it later. Do you think there's people in the professional wrestling world that are so good, they make someone else look way better than they really are? And I think there is some wrestlers that fall to that and make some people look better than they are.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think off rip, but I think there are some.
Yeah, I was just curious because like Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, I think they're great. But I think when like something like them two, because their connection is so good and they have so much like familiarity, them in the ring is sort of like, sort of like a, how do I describe it? Like it's sort of like Goku and Vegeta training. That was just like like it's somebody like know each other too well.
That's true.
So
yeah.
It's hard for them to put a bad match or do something when like, bro, we work with each other all the time. If you don't know my moves, I don't know your moves. We can't work well together. It's sort of like, that's something bad on us. But again, I'm not dissing Kyle, right? I'm just saying I know him and Adam Cole have great chemistry, so I can understand that.
So it would be those two, Theory and Riley.
Okay.
Bailey, I feel like is underrated. I feel like
I like that.
Because we have, for the women's division, we know at the total poll, we have Charlotte and Becky.
You think she's the only one? You think those are the only two at the very top of the women's ladder?
I mean, you could put the Rheas in the EO, but I feel like Charlotte and Becky definitely revolutionized the women's division along with AJ Lee.
1,000%.
Bailey,
I like AJ talk yesterday.
Bailey did a lot over the last, I don't know how many years she's been on the main roster.
Oh, 1,000.
She's
a horsewoman too.
She's a horsewoman, but I feel like she doesn't get talked enough a lot and doesn't get the credit that she deserved, like a Charlotte and Becky. She don't get the opportunities like just Charlotte and Becky. Bailey I think Bailey could be a 10-time women's champion. But Bailey is so humbled that Bailey, I need you to go face B-Fab, and I want you to go lose to B-Fab. Okay,
I'm over here thinking you asking for that. No, because
I'll go do it. I'm gonna make B-Fab look good.
B-Fab that,
no,
you know what? She's actually good.
B-Fab is improving, and she's good. But I'm just saying, like, Bailey has no problem doing the job when the job is asked for her. She did her thing during the whole COVID era where her and Sasha Banks, she held down the women's division. She did that, but then after, she was pushed off to the side. Mm-hmm. She helped elevate the new rising up and coming women's in the for the main roster, like what she's doing with Lyra. She's helping out Lyra. Do I feel like it's working out a little bit?
I was gonna say I'm not a fan of that dynamic anymore. Like it was cool the first.
It was cool,
months,
but
now it's like,
but I feel like Bailey. Her Bailey job is to elevate the next
the
younger talent, and I feel like before it's too late. I feel like we should appreciate Bailey more before it's just too late.
Oh, 1,000%. You know what's funny? One of the Raw announcers announced that yesterday when they were talking about Natalia and Natty, how the difference, how one elevates and one decimates. They was like Bailey's falling into that, and when they said that, instantly it clicked them out. I'm like, I didn't
even hear that. I probably missed that part too.
No, it clicked instantly. I was like, you know what though? It does suck sometimes, especially because then she just got her Mania spot last year, taken from Becky.
Definitely got it taken away.
But you know what? Like, and again, it's no disrespect to Bailey, but I mean, Becky's name is a little more ringing. So I understood that, but yes, I do think as far as the Lyra thing, I do think they should separate. I do think Bailey should. There's a few people that need a heel turn. There's a few people in professional wrestling that a heel turn can change their whole like stratosphere on what you're about to do.
Of course. So do you think Lyra needs to turn heel?
Honestly, no. I prefer Bailey.
Because Bailey does do better.
I wouldn't even.
She does good at both. She does good at both.
But I think just the energy, the whole like, cause she's such a like a, she's a face, but like they're trying to make her like a tweener. Like you see some days like, she'll have someone say something rude to her just to amp her up. Like bro, I'd rather her go in the back and like she was a hugger. I'd rather her start going on some like OG main event Jey Uso with a chair and straight, rocking the whole. You know, like look, we got Nia Jax in the back. We got Rhea Ripley. We got Charlotte, Alexa, B Legend. Like, bro, I'd rather Bailey go in the back. And we in Mania season. Like, there's no better time than to really throw your name in the hat and say you want a match. Bro, go in the back and let it loose. Let it loose.
I think for Mania with Bailey, I think the direction they heading towards is definitely a multi-woman tag match for the tag belts. So you got Lyra and Bailey. You got Io and Rhea. You got Nia and Lash Legend. Mm-hmm. I guess maybe Charlotte and Alexa. I feel like they might split before then.
Let's see what they doing. The women's division is stacked.
Actually. The women's division is definitely stacked.
Women's division, and Bianca's not back. Naomi's not back. Praise, where is Bianca? I was expecting her at Rumble.
She's got to get surgery done for her hand.
I hope she good. Naomi, shout out to you. I know you just give birth. Shout out to you. We waiting for you. It sucks that happened in the middle of a great run, but.
And then I'm gonna finish off with my next two for the top 5 underrated. Pac/Neville.
Okay, you know what? He's doing pretty good over there.
He's doing good. On the E, he could have definitely done. That whole cruiserweight division at that time, I feel like they were all just stuck. Like you were just stuck on the 205 Live division. You can't go to the main. You can't fight against a Raw Super until Enzo. Unfortunately, took the cruiserweight champion and did make it.
Yo.
And I mean, he did elevate the cruiserweight.
Big Cass too.
Big Cass. How you doing? But Neville, he put on spectacular matches in the cruiserweight division. Him versus Austin Aries. Him versus Akira Tozawa.
That's a name I haven't. I'm so sorry. This person.
No.
Austin Aries
was
I haven't heard in years.
I think the last time I heard from Austin Aries was when he no-sold John Morrison.
He was nice in TNA.
He was.
I don't know what. I'm not going to say you're not nice now because I don't watch. But damn, bro. You was one of those.
And then number 5, I might have to say Ludwig. I'm a Ludwig guy.
It's kind of hard to be a Ludwig guy when he's the second El Grande Americano.
But now I'm saying it's kind of tough to even throw him in that because he took that gimmick and he's making it better.
He made it good, but now I think we're in such a... First, we already know what's happened for Mania.
Oh, yes.
You already know El Grande Americano had his one and only Mania match last year and then got hurt. You know what's going to happen this year? Then he's going to get a mask. And, I think, when it first happened, I was opposed. And then as it started building, I was with it. And now it's just like, I don't think we'll ever get either Ludwig Kaiser or Chad Gable to be who they potentially could be one day because of this one thing.
Yeah.
Because how serious we going to take Chad Gable as a world champion if bro was just running around with a mask on? And then Kaiser. I'm not a big Kaiser fan like you are. But I rock with him. But you seen how he was with Gunther.
But you saying this. But how serious were we when we took... how serious could we took Kofi when he won the WWE champion? He was out here twerking on television, throwing pancakes.
That's great. Kofi. It's different for the New Day. But the New Day was a faction. We're talking about individuals like El Grande.
But they were New Day was like unserious.
Yeah, but
throwing
it's a
pancakes.
Faction. DS is unserious.
Yeah.
But I'm saying as a faction, you can be unserious because it's as a group. You feel me? Like you and me, we can be unserious together. That's cool. Now, as an individual, would you ever see Santino as a champ? Realistically,
I mean, intercontinental.
He almost won the Rumble and would have got a pop. But let's be serious. If he would have won at Mania, would have been a lot of hate. I'm just saying. If Damian Sandow, when he won the Money in the Bank, he would have won the.
But he would have been cool as world champion because he wasn't the whole Mizdow thing at that time yet.
I love Damian Sandow. It's not a diss to you. At the time,
I was actually hoping
he would have made it as the world champion.
I was actually hoping he would beat John Cena.
Listen, and I'm not dissing again, but there's Jack Swagger.
So Jack Swagger problem was he couldn't really cut a good promo.
He couldn't, and I love your Etch's music, all that, but and you were good at ring, unfortunately.
I like Jack Swagger.
At the time,
he was good, but he was good for his time though.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not gonna because I don't want to make it sound like I'm saying he's bad. Who is he better than at his time though? I don't think he's better than John Morrison.
I think he was better than Big Show.
Big Show, at the time, yes, but I mean that's the older Big Show, and Big Show still did some good things with Cody.
Who else you had at that time? That was
had
when Jack Swagger was world champion. That was 2010. So you
still had Jericho.
You had Jericho.
You still had Edge. You still had Punk. I think Hardy just left.
We don't
got to mention the Randys and Batistas and Johns because obviously they're in different tiers. Those are faces of the faces, so we don't need to mention them. 2010s. Who else? Who was the mid cards? Dolph. He's not better than Dolph, with all due respect. He's not better than John, Kofi.
And then the Punks and the Rey Mysterios.
But it might also be because he's the All American. He's the All American Jack Swagger, and that played a part. Underrated. All right, let's start. You said we're talking about current.
I did current.
Well, one, and again, people are gonna think he's not underrated. I think Dominic Mysterio is underrated off of the simple fact of I think it's so annoying seeing, and again, same thing with Roman Reigns in the Bloodline. Because you're so talented, I'm tired of seeing people interrupt your matches. Like, a clean win every once in a while ain't gonna hurt nobody, brother. It makes you look even better. Because, sometimes, against the Rusev, where you had to low blow him, makes sense. Rusev is a monster. Dominic, you seen Dominic? No. But now, if we gotta cheat against a Penta, it's like and again, no diss to Penta. Penta's an amazing athlete. Phenomenal in ring. But again, he's not as massive as a Rusev, but an Oba. Those are people, So, I think Dominic's underrated. Currently, Carmelo, he's just got a push, so I'm not going to name him. And he's actually doing pretty good.
He's actually doing good.
His matches is doing really well. I want to see him against Trick, but I don't. I want to see Trick.
Because I know they do Carmelo and Trick. Trick is definitely winning that belt.
I think Trick's gonna make it to the chamber next week. I think he's gonna be Damian Priest. And someone else.
Who is it? They need to throw in Kid Wilson in there.
Stop that.
They need to throw in Kid Wilson.
I wanted to throw Matt in there as underrated. But
Matt Cardona?
But then it's also biased because unfortunately the position he's in, and especially for SmackDown, the mid-card's kind of stacked.
I think their mid-card is way better right now than Raw's mid-card.
Raw's?
Because Raw mid-card, you only just have the Doms. You have Penta. I guess you could
Logan. So is Division the mid-card? I'd say they are as individuals.
I am as individuals mid-card, but as a faction right now, there are the upper mid-card / main event scene.
Right. Okay. So, I'm not gonna mention Logan only because he doesn't wrestle as often as I want him to.
But at least he's here every week now.
He is. He's getting better, slowly but surely.
He's getting better. I think
he's getting better. Well, I don't know because his promo the other day was whack. I'm not going like yesterday when he was all up in Michael Cole's face talking. I'm like, why are you here? And then I realized why they had him there when he got stomped. I was like, because I was sick of hearing you. And again, no disrespect, Logan, I'm a fan, but just sometimes. Underrated.
So you said Dom.
Dom only for the simple fact of you don't need to cheat to win everything. Again, I understand your dad's Eddie. Love Eddie. R.I.P. to Eddie. We miss you all the time. Shout out to Ray Ray too. But even Eddie won cleanly. Not every match was clean, but listen, Eddie can do it. That's all I'm saying, Dom. You could win clean. Someone else.
You got any women's on your list?
Women? I do actually. I'm glad you asked that. Women specifically, because I'm not naming. All right, I'm not naming Liv. You know what? I'm gonna name Alexa. I'm gonna name Alexa and Charlotte as a tag team and individuals. Tag team because I think they surpassed what I thought they would do as a tag team, especially for how long and like how good. And the pops that got the fact of, and again, I'm not shouting out Alexa only, but because I do think she played a part in the reason why Charlotte went from getting booed to cheered. I never booed Charlotte. I think she's the greatest in-ring woman ever. But I do think like it came to the point where people were underrating Charlotte because they thought she was so overrated. Oh, she's always on television. Well, no offense. Name 5 women better than her. It's hard to do that in any promotion. Really is. And Alexa, she had a pop at Rumble.
The last year, right?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And they barely talked about it. They talking about who was it? They talked about Logan got a bigger pop. They were talking about, and again, no disrespect to Charlotte, and I know she came back. Talking about Charlotte, like no, Alexa's pop went crazy last year, bro.
Because I mean, she was going for what, a year and a half, 2 years.
Exactly, and I think like as far as the tag team, they're great, but I think you should throw them in the individuals again. I wouldn't mind Charlotte on Raw or Alexa. Throw them in the. I think Alexa would be a really good United States champion. Not saying she can't be women's champion. I'm just saying. I think they would do really good individually. So I think they're underrated off the simple fact of because as a tag team we've seen them so often, and when you see them separately, bro, it's like Alexa's getting squashed all the time, bro. Like what?
She had a good match against Julia a couple weeks back.
True, but then unfortunately, when I see her against like a Nia or something, it's like a clothesline. She's done. Like whoa, what is this? I missed her for a whole year and a half for this. Crazy, but I think they're underrated. I think they're fantastic. I think, and again, it's going to sound crazy when I say this, underrated only because I think they're waiting forever to give him it. I'm going to say Braun Breaker only for the simple fact of I don't know why he's with Division. And again, I'm a fan of them. They have a good story when healthy, when everyone's healthy, when everything's going right, all the cards are in place. Division's fantastic. I don't think Braun Breaker needed to be in the faction, even though I get the simple fact of having someone as a Seth. Sort of like Evolution, just having the main guy right now help mold the next. But then it's like, cool. When it was just Braun and Seth, I was rocking. And you add everyone else, it's like, I don't need him looking like a Dave Bautista. They even like, again, shout out to the Vince. But him waiting for Dave to turn on Hunter for like 2 years was wild.
Yeah.
We live in a generation where you can't do that no more, bro. You can't. Something changes every day. Someone forgets every day, bro. I need you to. So when Braun speared Seth, that was wild because I didn't expect that. Like I knew it was coming. Expected it like 3 weeks later, but he said.
And then we find out the real story behind it was Seth.
Seth getting hurt.
Yeah.
That's another thing. He's, I think.
Can we say Seth is underrated?
I was gonna say I think him and Roman are underrated off of the simple fact of.
You said who's underrated?
Him and Roman. I know it's
Roman.
crazy. Bro, Roman got a lot better in ring than. I noticed it on last year's first episode of, well, not first episode, but the first year of Raw, when he hit the crucifix on Solo.
Last year, yeah.
Instantly, I was like, wait, he has that? And then the more the tag team match with Jey Uso versus the Brawns, I think SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken, was it? Where he flew over the top rope. I was like, wait.
We seen him do that before in his younger days.
And that's younger days, you feel me? That's like if I seen AJ hit a spiral tap right now.
Yeah.
Whoa. Especially for someone in Roman's age, things he's going through, someone who's not here that often. Seth. I haven't seen him do a Phoenix Splash, but Seth. What I'm going to say is underrated about Seth is his ability to make someone else look as great. Because we already know how great Seth is. But, and again, like, Seth's going against some of the best. But, like, there's times where I'll sit there and I'll be like, damn, is this guy a main eventer? And he might not be, but because you're in the match with a main eventer, you get to look like one. Like what Punk said the other day about his promo with Roman, course Roman's going to have his best promo against me, the best. And it's like, you know what? that becomes an underrated skill. The fact of you raising someone else's stock and yours not even dropping, like Seth can lose tomorrow, even though he's not healthy. He can have a match tomorrow and lose. And he might not even drop. The stock might not drop depending on who he loses to.
I mean, but that's what happened. What was it? The whole 2021 to 2022, he was putting over everybody. You put over the Matt Riddles, the Cesaros.
Not the Riddle name. That's a name I ain't hearing forever.
I mean, he was losing to these guys, but his stock, he was still like chasing the gold.
Riddle was. They were pushing Riddle into something. I heard he was supposed to win Money in the Bank.
He was supposed to win everything.
He fought Roman for the belt a few times.
That was actually a good match too.
That's what I'm saying. Like they was pushing Riddle to. So it's like it's weird.
But then you have guys. No hate on Jinder Mahal, but you have guys like Jinder Mahal. Seth is actually having like bringing the best out of Jinder Mahal's. And who was it? It was Was it Madcap Moss? Was it Madcap Moss Seth had a match with when he was the IC champion?
Why am I not? I feel like I know what you're talking about.
I want to say it was Madcap Moss. It was somebody. It was somebody on that type of caliber. No hate on them, but it was somebody on that level, and he brought the best out of them. He brought the best out of Elias also. At one point, I thought Elias was going to be Seth for the IC belt.
You know what, though? But you know what? I think that's just a testament to some people's greatness. Because when you're in this sport for so long, bro, like you can be as great as you can be, but no offense, like how good, like yes, watching Barry Bonds hitting home runs is cool, but no offense, if you ain't teaching that to no one else, it's like, alright, bro, like so you get it like, as someone that's on Seth's level, the Randy's level, the Sean's level, like we know how great you are. Now the question is, can you make this person look as good as you? You know? And that's the thing with Seth. Like, that's why I would underrate him. As far as we know how good you are, but sometimes we forget how good you make someone else look. Dolph Ziggler is someone else who had that, but unfortunately he's not current, so I ain't gonna name him.
I mean, you could Nick Nemeth.
Nick Nemeth. I watch TNA, not as often. Probably should. I think Leon Slater is underrated. I can't, I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to know what's the word when you're trying to get someone to leave their job to come here. What's the word? The NBA uses it.
Jesus Christ, it was
right. It's losing my brain too.
And it's a simple word too. I forgot.
It is. I forgot.
It'll come up to us.
Basically, just know when it's time for Leon Slater's contract to expire at TNA, fully expect him on the main event roster almost immediately. Watched him in person on John Cena's last match.
Do you think he's gonna go straight to the main roster, or he's gonna go to NXT?
There's no reason for him to be in NXT. He's a, and again, it's no disrespect, but especially with Javon, I'm gonna use Javon as a blueprint, right? And again, no disrespect, but Ricky, right? Ricky came in and Ricky won the belt immediately.
Right.
Crazy. I'm a fan of Ricky. I love him. I didn't think he should win over Javon as fast, but I understood it. But with someone like Javon, come on, bro. You got to push young talent. And again, there's no disrespect. I love the Randys, the Drews, the Coley's, all that. Eventually, one day, all these people eventually do have to take a break. Everyone can't be the Rey Mysterios fighting till they 60.
Right.
It's just not. And then what are we going to do? Again, you just seen Braun Breaker was getting tight at the fact that no one under 30 has been champion in damn near forever, bro. In the Attitude Era, they were in their mid-20s, mid-30s still. Bro, everyone right now who's a main eventer is 5 years older than the Austin and the Rocks of the Attitude Era.
Right. No,
which is a problem. Like, again, even when we grew up with, bro, we grew up ruthless aggression. I had Randy Orton as my youngest champ ever. I still got that on DVD. I got John Cena, Batista.
But Batista was like old though.
Batista was. But John and Randy were still relative, like
they were young.
Middle 20s, upper 30s, Still, those were considered young guys, young cats. Now
then
it's
you had
like
the Carlitos, the Johnny Nitros, the Jeff Hardys.
Shout out to Johnny.
Who else you had?
Jeff.
Chris Masters.
Was Punk young when he won it? Punk was probably in his late 20s when he won.
When Punk came to ECW/WWE, he was like 27, 28.
So he had to win the World Heavyweight title before he was.
When he won, he was definitely like.
You sure?
29 or
29
30.
and 30, right when he won the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, who else? Brock. Brock is the biggest example. Brock then came in first year and started Kurt. Kurt was an Olympic champion and everything, so he was a little. But again, like you get it. Like we had young up and coming stars, so yes, I do think. Honestly, I don't think Leon should hit NXT. That and he's with TNA, bro. He's already done only thing he really hasn't done is won the belt. Okay. And there should be certain people that should win it, but especially with I think Javon's the trendsetter of letting you know, like, yo, I can hold down this thing, and I don't gotta win it. But you know, like I love Ricky, I love Trick, I love Oba. Javon was a big reason people were watching NXT. He's a big reason I got into NXT. You know.
Oh, so these are the people that got you into NXT.
Well, I like the black and gold era, but I'm saying like as far as the current, yo, Javon, Trick, and Oba last year was crazy. That's a 5-star match. If you ain't watch it, stay and deliver.
I gotta watch it.
Those 3 young men went, and one day we will watch that. Hopefully it ain't like the Shield. One day we will watch that Mania for the world belt. I fully expect that 5-star match. So for them, underrated.
I think you gotta do one more.
I'm gonna name AEW. You know what? I'm gonna name him, and this will go into what I hopefully our next topic, which is my top 5 all time. I'm gonna say underrated is Kenny Omega for the simple fact of I didn't realize how good he was until he got injured. Like I was late. I tuned into Kenny Omega around 2020, 2021. So this is after AEW was created. His New Japan 7-star matches was done. But let me tell you, bro, his championship run with AEW put that on the map for me specifically, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know you love Seth. I think Seth is better on the mic than Kenny. But I think Kenny is as similar to Seth as you will get for the other side.
I think if WWE allowed their superstars to go all out and be like, let's stop focusing on this WWE style of wrestling. Go all out. Seth would easily be on that Kenny level. But not saying he's not, because Seth in WWE terms is the Kenny Omega, pretty much, right? I guess we can say that in WWE terms.
They call Kenny the best battle machine that got professional wrestling, right? I think Kenny's up there with the Shawn Michaels, the AJs, and the Seths.
But you gotta remember, Seth, Jericho, Kurt, and HBK, they were like told not to do all these extreme moves or whatever because we have a WWE style of wrestling.
1,000%. I think, and it's weird with AEW, like they love to say it's where the best wrestle. And they do actually have some of the best wrestlers in the world.
You know what? I'll agree on that. I don't watch AEW. I know some of the talent that they have.
You should give it a try.
I'm going to try to give it what's today, Tuesday?
Yeah. You know what's the biggest issue with them, bro? And
I would say not consistent booking, consistent storyline.
Some of it is, some of it isn't. You know what sucks about them? And I was reading, and this is another reason why we started this podcast, because, there's opinions everywhere. And again, I'm not AEW. He's never watched it. He's hopefully going to tune in. I'm not a hater, but the simple fact of, I love all the flips. I'm a RVD fanatic. Jeff Hardy, Javon, as we were just talking about. Like, I love the whole flip and everything. But sometimes we don't need it every time, Like, how cool is a move if I do it every day? You feel me?
And then the no-sells also.
That's another thing, bro.
The no-sell. WWE does the no-sells too. But not as much as AEW, though.
You know what's my biggest problem with them? With no-selling? The fact that you no-sell a Canadian Destroyer, bro.
That's what you no-sell a Canadian Destroyer into, I don't know, maybe...
Another one, bro.
Another Canadian Destroyer into a 450 cutter. I don't understand.
I grew up in a generation where when Petey Williams looked at the camera and did that little thing and he hit that move, you knew, like, bro, you was in Antarctica. You was in La La Land, bro. You was not waking up until the next year. So the fact of, like... And again, AEW is one of the greatest. I just think, like... I think they try so hard to push away from the in ring psychology away from WWE, and again, that's a smart decision.
Cause you gotta be different.
Cause it got boring. It gets not everyone in WWE can put on a 5-star match. I'm be honest, everyone in WWE cannot put on a 5-star match. Not everyone in AEW can. AEW has a lot of great in ring talent. Unfortunately, I think sometimes you just need to. You don't need to draw the Picasso every time. You don't need to give everything in every recipe. You know, Will Ospreay is one of the best in the world. I've seen him hit some fantastic moves. I don't need to see him hit a corkscrew every match. I don't see the Cody cutter. I love it. I don't see Cody hitting the Cody cutter as often as he used to. The off the top rope, he doesn't do that as often. Why? Bro, it's not as cool when you do it. I remember seeing EC3 one time saying in his promotion, he banned the super kick, the jump through the middle rope.
Super kick has been overused. I don't know when that. I feel like in 2017 that's when it's been like getting started. Like everybody.
I've seen 2 tag teams get blamed for that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy
but I don't know. I can't really. Maybe you could solely blame those 2 tag teams.
I won't say we could solely blame them, but I do think they pushed the agenda for this.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what we're talking about, we are talking about the Young Bucks and the Usos.
Yes.
But there's no disrespect. Those are 2 of the greatest tag teams the world's ever seen.
Of all time, yeah.
Unfortunately,
the move itself lost its aura. Like when you seen Shawn Michaels tuning up the band, like.
But see, that's the sweet chin music. See,
it's still a super kick though.
But it's different. You feel me? Like if they don't, and again, no disrespect to the Usos or the Young Bucks, y'all don't got the aura that the sweet chin music got. You feel me? No. When Shawn Michaels went in that corner and his foot started tapping, everything got quiet. Everyone started rising. Super kick, yo, it can be. It's like a watered down RKO for the simple fact that you can put it out anywhere, and that's why it's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, bro, like I feel like I see it 12 times a match.
Yeah. Every match, you'll see at least one super kick.
At least hit like an insecurity, hit like a something. But like, if we're just gonna kick you in your face for 20 times a match, it's like,
I would say one thing. I don't watch AEW, but one thing I do appreciate AEW more than WWE. Their top superstars wrestle almost every week.
It wasn't always like that.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe they wrestle every week, right?
It wasn't always
compared
like that.
to WWE. Your top guys is not wrestling every week.
Who's not wrestling every week?
CM Punk is not wrestling every week. Cody's not wrestling every week.
He
was, but not now. Your world champions are not fighting every week. It doesn't have to be defending the belt, but you're not in the ring every week wrestling. Roman's not there we know Roman. Roman comes when Roman feels like coming. But that's another thing. Your top major superstars are not really wrestling every week.
That's a fact.
They cut a promo. They'll do backstage segments. They'll come out for the main event, sit in the booth or whatever. But they're not in the ring every week wrestling. That's what I actually miss with WWE.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, and it does suck. But I'm gonna compare it with world champions, right? MJF. When he was first world champion, he wouldn't wrestle every week. Now, and he said it on his interview the other day, now because he's older, he wants to wrestle more to prove to people that they weren't on his level. But like as far as like a Roman, like unfortunately, not too, especially with with his health condition and everything, but not too many people are on the level of Roman Reigns. So with all due respect, I mean when you're making his money, when you're his stardom, like I don't necessarily need to be there every week because it ain't as big. Like if he shows up every week, then the pops ain't as big. Because it's like, bro, I just seen you last week, Same, like I love Punk. But Punk showing up every week, the pops ain't as loud as it once was when he would show up once a month. Because it's like, bro, I see you every week.
The pops is still there. I mean,
it's still there, but I'm saying like it ain't like, you feel me? It ain't deafening. Like whose pop the other day went crazy? Besides Roman, I'm trying to think of somebody showed up the other day and like.
Not Jey Uso, because I feel like.
Nah, I'm not. No disrespect to Jey Uso. I'm not trying to say.
I'm tired of that.
I'm tired of that roll around you thing, but you know what? He's gotten better. But there's just like when you see somebody every week, like it's cool. And again with the wrestling thing, yes, I do think it's whack that your world champion's not wrestling anymore. But unfortunately, we live in a world where like it's so like accessible. That and unfortunately, some of these like who are you gonna face every week? I don't think every week someone's like a challenge, Like back in the day, we had Edge, right? When Edge was world champion, he'd face anybody. A Mick Carter.
He faced
A
Funaki.
low Carter. Bro, I've seen him face the Jeff Hardys, the Brian Kendricks, the Paul Londons, the Festuses, you feel me? But now, like, we'll never see Drew McIntyre versus Cat Wilson. You ain't gonna see that.
Unless it's a squash.
And are we gonna see that? Like, you feel me? Like, we just seen Obafemi go against who? Who was it that he faced the other day? Alpha Academy, was it?
No, it was the Viking Raiders.
And think about that. Like, again, I'm not saying the Viking Raiders are a pretty good tag team. They haven't been getting squashed, bro. They sent them to get squashed. That was wild. So, like, yo, with the way, like, it's weird because the way we grew up, like, yeah, we've seen our favorites every week, on the week. Dave Bautista was here in the turtleneck every week. John Cena in the shorts. Randy. If Randy wasn't fighting, Randy was interfering in someone's match every week. Somebody was getting RKO'd, punt kicked, jumped in the back. Something was happening. Unfortunately, we live in a world where it's so accessible now where it's like, I don't need to see him every week, which sucks. But I think that's why we need to build more stars. That's why I think wrestling right now just needs to keep its foot on the gas. Like, we're not as hot as last year. I'm going to keep the stack. We're not.
So let's jump in. Do you want to jump into the current landscape of wrestling, or you want to talk about, like, the Mania season?
Let's do Mania season because it's rapidly approaching. And then,
how do you feel about 2026 Mania season?
well, one, let me tell you, I wasn't the biggest fan of Roman winning the Rumble, I'm be honest with you.
I mean,
But after he cut that promo, it made a lot more sense.
you know how I knew Roman was going to win the Royal Rumble? The moment they said Royal Rumble was going to be in Saudi Arabia.
I knew he was
The moment they said Saudi Arabia was going to be in the Royal Rumble, I knew Roman was going to win. Saudi loves Roman.
Well, they don't only love Roman, but they love big. Like, you know why I knew he might have won? Because they had a statue for him. They had a statue for LA. So easily, and those are two of the biggest faces. Then you have to think about who was in the Rumble.
But at the same time, I'm not mad that he won. I'm just mad about the match that we're not going to get, which is what they were most likely leading to was Seth and Roman for the belt.
I'm telling you, bro, honestly, I think SummerSlam is going to be the time we get that. Or Survivor Series. I don't think we're going to... I honestly... Bro, and then, like, you...
SummerSlam, yeah, but that's definitely a Mania match, man.
I think it could be, bro, but you're forgetting the company we watch. Dude, Hunter and Randy ain't never get the one-on-one. Shawn and...
No, they did get their one-on-one at Mania.
25?
25.
25 was a one-on-one? Oh, yeah,
yeah, they actually main evented.
That was trash. I remember that, but that still was trash. But I'm saying, like, think about it. You went through... There was never a Cena and Randy Mania, so, you know, like, unfortunately, we live in the world where the biggest, most expensive match may not go down. I mean, honestly, I wanted Braun to win it, but I thought that was crazy having them eliminated first, too, let me tell you.
I mean, with everything that came out after, it made perfect sense.
With him getting hurt, though. Like,
so now imagine this. Say if he would have won the Royal Rumble and then he would have got, this injury would have happened. Then what? Then we would have had another Royal Rumble match or something like that?
What, for Braun?
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't have gotten hurt. He wouldn't have torn his pec because remember he only flipped the thing because he lost the Rumble. So he would have never flipped over the thing and got.
So apparently he already had this. He already had this injury.
He had it was a little bit, but him flipping the thing
hernia
extended the injury process. That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, we don't know, but
honestly, you know what I would have seen if he would have won it? I would have seen him winning, him going to cut a promo, and I would have seen during his promo he would have got jumped by Seth, and I think Seth would have kayfabe injured him. He would have injured him so that Chamber he couldn't have fought, and then Rumble he would have been available.
I think another person that could have won the Rumble. I would have said Gunther. I would have said Gunther.
Did you say Gunther? No, bro.
Yeah, Gunther versus Drew would have been a good match.
And that would have been the sole reason why Mania would have been not sold out. Honestly, I love Gunther. I don't think he should, bro. Honestly, and you know what? It sucks, but this might be like the most over pushing we've gotten since Roman in the Bloodline, bro.
For Gunther?
This might be the most over pushing we've seen a superstar since the Roman in Bloodline, bro.
But this is good though.
He's like Gunther's great. I thought he's still one of my favorites, and like. again with the Cena thing, like, was I a fan of it? No, but someone had to retire him. But like now, I feel like you're just feeding him, like, and like it's not even everything's not even made.
Do you feel like he was the right person to make Cena retired?
That's a weird question. Because like it could have been used to uplift someone younger,
And that's what I was hoping for too.
it could have, but then like simply like it's weird because like as a John Cena stand for life, Gunther is the exact opposite of John. So like in that match, of course, seeing Superman fight Lex Luthor makes a lot more sense than me watching someone else. But then it's also the way he lost. You seen how AJ lost? AJ just passed out. How could we do that for John? And then with Gunther was world champion twice, longest Intercontinental champ, king of the ring. Bro, like how many times are you gonna feed him what WWE considers a main event thing, bro? It's like
You can say the same thing with Cody.
Cody worked for him. Cody worked harder than Gunther.
What you mean he worked harder?
Cody worked harder than Gunther. Cody's finished the story 2 years. Story run is a lot more hard work than Gunther's.
So you don't
2 years.
you don't think he was overpushed?
What is overpushed? I mean, someone had to be Roman, and I do think, like looking back on it, I do think Cody was the perfect guy. Looking back at everything,
Cody was the right guy, I guess you could say.
feel me? To finish the story, like who else was gonna make it legitly look like they could be Roman? And who's like, come on, like looking back at it, bro, like that's one of the top 5 greatest wrestling moments ever. Off the simple fact of the emotions the world had that, bro. What?
Yeah.
Like that was crazy. And like again, was Cody a little overpushed? Yes. But Cody lost against Brock and things like that.
But then he won back-to-back Rumbles.
I thought the back-to-back Rumbles wasn't a good idea.
He won King of the Ring last year.
That's how he faced John.
2-time champion.
But look at his challenges.
Is it a little up there with Gunther?
He's had more challenges than Gunther. He lost against Brock. Gunther lost against Jay. That's crazy.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's crazy. And again, I'm not trying to diss Jey Uso, but like he ain't Brock Lesnar.
Jay's overpush.
Jay
is overpush.
It depends on what you look at as overpushed. What's overpushed? I mean, bro, he
I get it. He sold money.
He sells, and he's the main eventer, bro. Like he honestly, bro, take it away. Main event Jey Uso put in the work. Now, when he got to the top, was it a little lackluster? Yeah.
Yes.
But
you can say that with a lot of people.
But the grind to make it from tag team to sing, bro, that's a hard work. That's a lot of dedication. Like, do I think he should have had the Mania moment where he beat Gunther? No. Do I think he should have beat Gunther? No, but I mean, he won Rumble, so you get it. I mean, look, at least they didn't give him an event over the other two. That would have been an overpush. That would have been wild. But I mean, like, he worked hard. And I mean, like, I don't think he was overpushed. I think just, like, if it's so repetitive, like, I love Jay, but it's the same thing. Like, besides the yeet, every week is the same thing, just a different person in his face.
In a different botch.
You feel? Not you throwing the botch. I mean, he was a tag team guy, bro. Like, 15 years you're a tag team guy, and the last 2 years you're Dolly, bro. That's hard to work on.
But listen, Jeff and Matt were tag team guys for years, and then Jeff was throwing.
Don't do that, bro, because Jeff always separated. Don't do that, Jeff.
But Jeff didn't botch.
Jeff always separated. Think about it.
But Jeff don't. He's a way better in-ring wrestler than Jay, and he never botched as bad as Jay. Mind you.
Jeff, and again, I'm not trying to do this because I love you, Jeff. Jeff wasn't always in the right state of mind. All right, brother, let's be real.
He wasn't.
Jeff was violent.
But he still...
And Jeff took some crazy ways. Listen, for all of Jeff's faults, Jeff is a superstar in the world's minds. Don't let no one tell you nothing different. Jeff is sanctioned in everybody's
Jeff never botched
every
as bad as Jay has botched.
Now, question is, did they push Jeff as high as they pushed Jay? No. Like, yes, you could say in 09, Jeff was as hot. But they barely pushed Jeff. They let Jeff's reign lasted, what, maybe a month, maybe 2?
But we was also at a time where that was the thing. Like, we didn't have long title reigns. Other than Cena, who was champ for like...
But I'm saying, like, if you do that Jeff now... He probably bigger than Roman. No, and again, I'm not dissing him, but like, Come on, Jeff had the world in the palm of his hands. So I'm saying, like,
yeah, he was
it's
bigger
different.
than he was bigger than Obama.
He's bigger than.
He was bigger than
This
Obama.
is what I'm
bro.
saying. Like, so, and they threw him in that era. You feel me? That it was harder. He had the Undertakers, the Triple H is still trying to bury people.
Yup.
Now it's a lot. Shit. You give a young Jeff now, Cody probably be the first one to tell you, like, listen, throw him on the poster, throw him on the main event poster. It's gonna sell. That's why. So it's different. Like, now we're in a world where, like, cause I mean, dude, if Dolph Ziggler was in his prime right now after the Survivor Series win, he might be a 7-time world champion right now. You feel me? Like this.
Injuries played a factor into that too, though.
You feel me? Like it's and you know, also the Booker. No disrespect to the OG, but I don't agree with everything you did. Sorry, do not agree with it. I'm sorry. You should have pushed Dolph at least after Survivor Series, man. I'm just saying, one more title reign wouldn't have killed anybody. I think Seth still had the Money in the Bank.
But they were still grooming Roman as that guy.
But
That was dope. You remember, it was only one title, and Roman was the only guy they were focusing on.
But then it's like, that's the problem, bro. Like, it's
I
no
agree.
disrespect. You can have multiple different flavors of ice cream. One can be your favorite.
But you gotta try other things.
WrestleMania is 3 hours. Before it was 2 days, it was 3 hours, 1 day.
Yeah.
You can pay attention to the other 2 hours and 30 minutes, brother. That's all I'm saying. You know what?
So how do you feel about this Mania season?
It's one. I think it's whack because I think we need to bring back Money in the Bank. I think that was such a key, huge, influential part in Mania. What made it so
It's been
popular.
a long time.
Like, I love the fact that it has its own what's it called,
Pay-per-view?
because it should. It is a 5-star caliber match depending on who's in it. You can have some of the best matches of your career, some of the best highlights. But like, yo, Mania, like, and it's 2 days, dude. Like, yo, and they taxing like it's being $30. Like, you feel me? Like, we need something. Like last year, we got robbed of the triple threat TLC match. Bro, that was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
That on Mania would have been spectacular. And again, I love Mania, but last year it wasn't. Let's see. Let's be realistic.
The last good road to WrestleMania had to been the Cody and Roman, the last part 2.
I don't know. Last year was pretty good. I like the Mania. Oh wait, no. Last year was Cena's. Yeah, you're right.
It was Cena, Cody, and then you had the triple threat.
I was talking about the Seth, Rock, Cody, and Roman.
That was
2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like the last probably good road to WrestleMania. Because this one sucks. Let's be completely honest.
Oh well, you know what?
This one's.
Started.
I mean, it just started, but
Elimination Chamber had
but think about it. It was hot 2 years ago at this time.
But I mean, we
because of the
didn't
people
have the biggest star in the world.
Because of the people we had. Last year was okay. It started building up towards after Chamber. So we'll see after Chamber.
Let's see. All right, let's be realistic, right? Jade Champ. I'm praying to God Bianca shows up.
I don't know.
Because I don't see... Let's see. I realistically see it being Liv and Stephanie Valkyra.
Which is the better match to do. No hate on Jade, but I feel like...
I think Stephanie and Liv is...
I think Jade, like you say, the wrestling style, I think Jade opponent need to be somebody who could pretty much toss her around the ring like a Jordan
style.
Yeah, like a Bianca or Jordan Grace.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind if you did. You know what I need actually? I want an elimination match. Like, you know how they used to do. You know how we used to do remember the Night Champions? How they used to do the classic Survivor Challenge, like the eliminate. I wouldn't think about it. Nia Jax, Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill, Jordan Grace, and Bianca in a 5 eliminated match.
Well, with Nia right now, she's more into the tag division, so she'll probably if they do a multi-tag match, she'll probably.
But that's the problem. Like, I feel like she's more of a singles because that's more her style. Like, tag team, she fake dominates that, especially with Last Legend, or B5. What's her name?
B5.
Is that's her?
No, who?
Last Legend, the one that she's tag teaming with.
Oh, Last Legend.
Those are ladies. They're physically dominant, but they don't look like they tag.
Nah.
That just like some BS tag team you just threw in there just to,
I think Nia just doing that just to help elevate Lash.
As she should, cause you know what? And you know what? I think, you know what? I respect that now. Now we're in a time where, like, people are more open to pushing other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we grew up in a time where, like, nah,
We not
just wanted the
golden
spot.
shovel. Because let's be honest, I think Wade Barrett should have been world champion.
I don't know about world champion. Now you drag it.
Wade
I
Barrett?
don't even think Daniel Bryan should have been world champion. Call it what it is. World champion's crazy. Maybe, like, King.
Wade Barrett for like 2 months as world champion.
Over who? And what time period? It depends.
2010, when he came in with the Nexus.
With Nexus? He could have had it for a month or two.
It had to be not long. It could have been like 2-3 months.
But
I mean, we had Jack Swagger as world champion at that time.
But Jack Swagger won the Money in the Bank.
He won the Money in the
Wade Barrett
Bank.
had one Money in the Bank? It's like, I don't think Money in the Bank fits everybody either. I'm not gonna lie. Like, no disrespect when I say this, I don't think Damian Priest, it looked too good on him. Like, someone that character, you know, someone, because he's like a heavyweight. Like, when Big Show had it, when Mark Henry, like, nah, that don't, Money in the Bank don't kind of suit your character, you know? Like, it's more fit for, like, the edges or the theories. Like, there's someone who's, like, not superior, like, don't look too much like superiorly dominant.
I know what you're talking about.
But need that little edge to be like
the Punks, the RVDs.
You know, like,
Mr. Kennedys.
They need something out in their back pocket. It's like, this could be it, you know? That's just me personally. Like, I don't want to ever see a Brock Lesnar win a Money in the Bank again. Nah, we good.
That was wild.
We don't need that.
First of all, it was stupid because you have Mustafa Ali just standing there. He could have won it, but you just standing there just watching Brock Lesnar come down the ring.
Brock pretty fast, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
With Brock's speed had been what, 15, 30 seconds? That's enough time for you to just take the briefcase down of the thing, of the hook.
It is.
But
I mean, let's see. Gunther, the way it's looking, they're gonna film Dragon Lee. I heard that box that they showed yesterday was Jericho, because he debuted in Chicago.
That'd be interesting. I'm not.
But who you gonna face? And it better not be Gunther.
Yeah, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't, and that's I love Gunther, but like, if we're just gonna bring back legends just to face Gunther, bro, like, what's the point, bro? For this, just give him Randy. Randy's the OG legend.
Gunther right now is like Thanos, like just.
But bro, that's the problem. Like, it's not even as cool, bro. When Randy was bro, I done seen Randy punt and RKO Hulk Hogan in front of his daughter.
So let me ask you, which Randy Orton do you like? Do you like? I feel like a lot of people talk about 2009 Randy Orton, right?
That's the like when you.
But
look
we
at
don't
Randy,
give enough credit to COVID Randy Orton.
I mean, COVID Randy was cool. That's the thing, bro. We were in the wrestling at that time wasn't hitting because we had no fans. It was
COVID, but we had a proper sequel to 2009 Randy Orton.
We did. Unfortunately, like, it's not. You know why people love 2009, bro? Because, like, we were there in person, bro. Like, if you went live, if you sat in the front row and Randy gave you a look, bro, like, you was thinking your head was coming off.
Yeah.
Respectfully, like, Randy put fear. Like, well, due respect, Randy. What Kane and Undertaker's fear is, Randy put that fear in 1 year, brother. Randy sent McMahon's family through the ringer, Batista, John, Shawn, like, he was putting legacy, bro. He made Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase look like they was actually something. No disrespect to them.
He definitely helped elevate them.
Like, bro, Randy was a menace, and you know why? Cause, bro, like, that was the era. Like, and again, like we grew up on faces and heels, but like, how many we grew up with the what's it called, Reign of Terror, Triple H. You have JBL doing his crazy thing, right? You could have some form of Edge. You could have Takers, all that. But, bro, like, real dumb. Like, bro, Randy was out here kicking Vince McMahon, going in people's houses. Like, bro, he was real. He was as close to a YN as you could be, bro. He was criminal. And again, like, it was what we needed, bro. There was no one at that time period who had that in them. You feel me? We might not see that today. When's the last time you seen a heel like that, bro? Like, really trying to take everything from you. It's been a minute. Like, you don't watch it, but Swerve, right? Swerve Strickland and Hangman, right?
Oh, burn it down.
He burned it down.
Well, that was Hangman burned down.
Hangman, bro. But Randy burned. That's not even the worst thing Randy did. Randy burned down Bray Wyatt's thing, and that's still not the worst thing. Bro, Randy had Triple H handcuffed and then kissed his wife while she was knocked.
That was wild.
I remember watching that and going to my mom like, Mom, is this okay to watch? Like, is this legal? Is Stephanie okay? Like, bro, he was a generational threat, bro.
Edge for me.
Edge was deep.
Edge won the belt and then had a live celebration in the middle of the ring.
With Lita, bro. You know what's crazy? No, continue. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish that.
Edge went to John Cena Pop's crib, stepped on his bed, doing mad disrespectful things, and slapped the man Pops.
Bro, like they
like. That's what I like.
When's the last time we got when's a generational heel, bro?
See, and at that time, I was like, yo, these guys have no redeemable trait. I would have never, you told me Edge in 2006 would have been a face in 2010, I would have laughed at you. And you would have told me Randy Orton would have been the face, I would have laughed at you because they had no redeemable traits at that time.
You know what's funny? You know when I knew it was as a kid, you know when I knew he was a heel or thing? Your wrist tape was white or black. The only person that used to have me confused was Randy, because there was a point in time when he was a tweener and he would show up with none of them. But he would. This was the time, like during the Money in the Bank. This is like around the time when he RKO with Evan Bourne. It's like it's around that time where like he was a tweener. Mm-hmm. He was good and bad, so he had nothing, but he was just RKO with everybody.
Yeah.
But bro, like, not like for like think about it, like we had the Shield. They were like legit like terror. You had who else? The Nexus. NXT's Dark Side. I mean,
I think what was that group during COVID? Retribution a little bit, right?
They're all right. Retribution. Who else? But like, you feel me? Like, when's the last time you had somebody like really? When's the last time you had a heel that made you want to like sit there and be like, like this guy's wild.
Drew.
For what? With Punks?
With Punk and Cody. I mean,
not with the Cody thing, but with Punk definitely. I don't know. I don't see him as a heel with Cody. Well, yeah, he's a heel with Cody.
He burnt the picture with Cody and his pops, man. Come on.
I mean, that was.
Oh, say hi to your dad and help for me. Come on.
See if there's work. I heard Randy say, he's not up there.
Oh,
like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but I think we're in a time period now where you really you can't. I don't know. I think
you don't think that would have been allowed
in today's society. No, not really.
I mean, it depends. I feel like it depends. Like, I think it was crazy at that time because Eddie just died. So, like, wait. But then again, that was the problem with Vince. Vince had no
chill button.
If Vince knew it would
draw money or...
If Vince was in charge right now, there's some that would go down that we get criticized, but it'll do views. It'll be on the news. We might get criticized, but it'll be on the news. I promise you. Like, you know what? I'm glad we talking about this. What if? Because I was thinking about this on the way here. You know what I think? And I'm blaming Bischoff for this. You know what prevents us from being the biggest sport in the world?
What?
Remember the time where DX had the tank?
Mm-hmm.
And we're heading to WCW? Mm-hmm. And they didn't open the gates?
Mm-hmm.
Bro. Just imagine. Like, and again, like, I know it happened. It happened like 99, 2000. But like, bro, think about the fact of you would have had the tank from WWE, right? DX. You would have had them show up and walking through a WCW arena, right? Then you already know. On the other side would have been the NWO with Hogan, Nash, and Hall showing up on WWE television, bro. Imagine you show, like, you not understand.
That would have been
bro,
crazy.
we would have been the best sport in the world. Like, I was thinking about that last week, and I was like, yo, I was going to tweet Bishop and be like, why didn't you open the fucking gate? Like, bro.
So that's your what if scenario.
You know what? I think if that would have happened, AEW and WWE would have had a show. You know why? Because, bro, like, think about that. Like, quality, and this is we're not even as, like, wrestling's not even as, like, we're as popular, but, like, the competitiveness ain't, like, there's a clear number 1 and 2. No disrespect to AEW, WWE. There's a clear number 1 and 2. Like, WWE's a little bigger. AEW has, like, I guess, better stuff sometimes, but WWE's bigger. But at the time, this is in the middle of Monday Night Wars. Bro, imagine. The biggest factions on each show is just
going,
like, bro.
Crossing paths.
And you like we grew up on cable, bro. Mm-hmm. Last from WCW, and you're like WWE, and you see Hogan and WO, you're like, what? Last WCW, and then you see DX, like, whoa, you're like, bro, that's something that would still be talked about to this day. You feel me? So like, it's similar. Like, it's weird about that because it's like, damn, like, what really could have been, like, that would have been the top 5 sport moment in history. I'm sorry to tell you. It sucks, but I hope one day we get a.
Something like that.
You know what? With Seth and MJF talking, I think
It opened. I mean, with Triple H in charge, I feel like he's probably more open.
He is.
Maybe.
But I think I don't know. I need
Never say never.
You know what? You know who I think needs to do. You know who I think needs to be the one to say it needs to happen. Call me crazy. I think if Cody said it. I think if Cody said like, you know what? I go back. If Cody looked at Hunter in his face and said, you know what? I'd go on their show. Cause think about it, bro. He started it. Mm-hmm. He left them. If there's anyone to go back on their television show, like Cody, like don't get me wrong, like of course Roman and Seth as popping, Punk too. But let's like if Cody showed back up on the show that he started with our belt, like. And if MJF showed up on AEW, like I wanted MJF to show up the day after Mania so bad, bro. So fucking bad, bro. I was off.
I think for me, my what if, it's tough. I think, I don't know, for me, what if everything happened in 2007 never happened? So what if Triple H never got hurt? In that,
oh, okay.
But what if that? But I know what you think. But what if? But not
okay,
all jokes. But all jokes aside,
we're not laughing. I just wanted to make sure.
But what if that scenario you thinking?
Okay.
What if that never would have happened? We would have had CM Punk versus Benoit at the
You know what's crazy?
What if Mr.
Then you got to bring it back a little bit.
What if Mr. Kennedy never got hurt? We would have had Mr. Kennedy as world champ because he had the Money in the Bank.
Been for like a month. Though.
What if who else? What if Edge never got hurt at that time? It's a lot of things. What if John Cena never got hurt? So it's like a lot of things.
All right, well, let's unpack all that. If Eddie never died, I think the whole wrestling landscape is honestly. If Eddie never died, I think wrestling would be like 12 times as peak right now. Because I think Eddie, like we praise Shawn and Hunter for the way they ran NXT. I think Eddie with NXT right now and Shawn.
Do you think Eddie would have been with NXT?
I think Eddie would. What?
I see Benoit with NXT.
Bro, I'm telling you,
I see Benoit
if they were both alive, bro.
I think Benoit would have been.
NXT would have. I think NXT would be the best show in the wrestling world right now.
I see Eddie. If Eddie was still alive, he would probably definitely have hands on with Triple A.
They would be training, bro. That's another thing.
Triple A would
be a thing too.
Triple A would definitely been an Eddie thing.
If they were both alive, I think they both would right now because they would not wrestle. I love them.
No,
I don't even think Ray would wrestle. I think Ray would have retired already a year or two ago.
No. Ray would have wrestled, but he wouldn't be as big of a star as he is now.
I feel like if Eddie was alive and Benoit and the way Dominic is now, they would have. I'm telling you, Eddie, Dom, and Benoit would have all sat back. Honestly, bro, because think about it. Like, they would have. We don't even. And again, no disrespect. We don't need Ray right now. If Eddie and Benoit were alive,
we don't.
And they told Eddie they told Ray
hang it up.
Let's work on the next people, especially with Dominic. If Eddie and Benoit were alive, Dominic automatically improves by tenfold. Automatically,
I believe that
he improves. I think NXT improves as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
As far as talent wise. Shit, that's the thing too, though, bro. I think the wrestling world itself, because AEW is a lot better as well.
Yeah,
AEW is a lot better as well. It's hard.
I think for me that too, everything that happened in 2007 with the injuries, the whole tragedy, but mostly the injuries. There was a lot of injuries going on in 2007. You had the Edge, the Triple H's, John Cena, Mr. Kennedy, Undertaker. I believe Batista got hurt. Rey Mysterio, it was a lot. So I think that whole year would have been different.
It would have.
So we got 1 minute left. Is there anything you want to wrap on? Save for next time?
No, I just want to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen and folks, for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
Greg the Waves. This is
Murph
Dog.
Murph Dog.
This is 7-Star Report.
Yep, and we are closing.
Clocking out.